So I actually just filmed this video, but then I deleted all the footage. Whoa! I'm smart and not totally in pain and freaking out right now over the fact that I just lost like 10 minutes of footage. So I guess I have to start this all over again. Isn't that fun? I had this idea for a video today because it's something that's been bothering me all week and I just kind of need to get it out of my system. And I hope you guys can relate to it. If you can't, then I kind of expected that anyway because it's definitely something that I've tried to talk to people about before and then they don't really understand what I mean. And they're like, yo, that's kind of weird. Why you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me either. So here's the thing. To start this story off, I'm gonna give you some background. So, you know, Fall Out Boy is coming out with an album. You know, when I start stories, they tend to always start with this, and then they just kind of work their way out from there. But it got leaked, and I kind of maybe listened to it. Maybe not. Maybe I did, though. And I kind of feel really guilty about it. And that's what this video is about. About guilt. And how sometimes people feel guilty about things I shouldn't feel guilty about. So, logically, I shouldn't feel guilty about listening to the album before it is officially released because A, the music is done, B, I already paid for it twice over because we got the deluxe package thing and I'm gonna get like a t-shirt and stuff with it, so like technically I paid more than I should have. And like, to top that off, like it was an accident that it got leaked in the first. It's not my fault. Why should I feel guilty about it? Like, I just listened to it. Maybe I was just excited. I just was really excited, and the album was good and I enjoyed it. So why am I feeling guilty? There's really no real reason to feel guilty about those kind of things. However, I do anyway because someone put hard work into that thing, and then it got like leaked, and people listened to it and spoiled it for themselves. It's like if I made a movie and then someone leaked the movie before it was released in the theaters and then everybody watched it. Except not everybody listened to the album because a lot of people are being really mean about it. And it's really not something you should be mean about because sometimes people listen to things before they come out and it's really not that big of a deal as long as they still paid for it. Just saying. You know, there's really no reason I should feel guilty about it. Maybe like a little bit, but it's really not that bad. So why do I stay up at night thinking about it all week and it's hard for me to get sleep? Those are the real life questions here. And I'd like to explore these with you. Personally, I think I feel guilty because, you know, aside from the aforementioned, people put hard work into this thing only for it to get leaked. It's also like a trust thing, like they trusted people to like not listen to it, but yet I did anyway. So, you know, it kind of also leads into like, what is the world's like responsibility in terms of like art? Like, is it our right to have it? Like, or is it more like a privilege, you know? So this totally spiraled. This is like a totally different conversation than what I had before I refilmed this. This is a cool conversation though. Let's talk about this, guys. What do you think about this? Because personally, my view on the situation is as long as you paid for it and you're not spreading it around on social media, there's really no reason for you to feel guilty about listening to it before it's released. However, it's not really cool to like download it for free when it's been leaked. I think that's kind of dishonest. And first of all, you know, you're not paying for the album. And, you know, I think a lot of people say, oh, well, it's a victimless crime, but it's kind of not. I mean, like, you're taking money away from people, and especially with like indie bands, like obviously Fall Out Boy is not one of those, but with bands that maybe don't make a lot of money, maybe you should give them some money so they can keep making music, you know? Because the less things sell, the less likely it is they're gonna make a new thing. So that kind of would suck if you contributed to that. Just saying. And then with like the Spotify thing too, like you gotta think. They're still getting paid for that, so really that's not that big of a deal. I mean, like Taylor Swift takes her stuff off the Spotify, right? Because she'd rather people go out and buy her album, but then I don't really agree. I don't really agree with that because you're still getting paid for your stuff on Spotify. Like, obviously it's a percentage of like how much people are listening to it, but you're still getting paid. And really, when you're in Taylor Swift's spot, like, do you need that money? Do you? No, you don't. I adore Taylor, but like, that's just a thing that, like, there's no reason to not have it on there, honestly. I mean, people are gonna find your music anyway, somewhere, if they're not buying it. I mean, people who aren't gonna buy it aren't gonna buy it, and people who are gonna buy it are gonna buy it. The guilt thing. I don't know. Like, do we as a culture take music way too seriously? Do we take being a fan of things way too seriously? I personally think we do. I think people take being a fan of things way too seriously. And I think the fact that, like, people make their entire lives, like, obviously I really like Fall Out Boy, but it's not my entire life. I don't know. Don't bully other fans for doing things. I don't know. That's been bothering me all week because I've been feeling guilty about listening to The Thing, and then people have been complaining about people who are listening to The Thing, and how about we just appreciate as a group that the album is good? Real talk. Hashtag. That's the second time in a video recently that I've used hashtag real talk in a sentence. I didn't intend for that to be the commentary that I laid down with this video, but I dig it. Here's my question. Leave this in the comments though. You don't have to put this in the video, unless you want to. Like, if you want to, like, add to the conversation, do that, obviously. A, what are your opinions on Spotify? B, what are your opinions on listening to albums early? And C, what are your opinions on people who download music for free? Opinions! Tell me yours. I'd like to know. Also, it totally looks like these are devil horns on my head, or just like horns of some sort, and it's really bothering me. And I keep looking in the viewfinder and I see like the things on my head, and it's kind of creeping me out, not gonna lie. Alright, that's the end of this. See you later.